Hey Monarchs, happy Friday. Today I want to talk a bit about victim versus empowerment. So many times for those of us that struggle with emotional eating, we put ourselves in the position of victim, often with our word choice. For example, the word only. We probably use that more often than we think, and it puts us in this position of victim. I can only have one serving of that, or my diet will only allow me to have fats and not carbs, or I'm only going to have one cookie. And when we say only, it puts this feeling of restriction, limitation into our mind. And when our mind feels like we're being restricted, all of a sudden we crave more, or we're like, oh, poor me, because I can only have, whereas somebody else can have whatever they want. If we simply removed the word only, I can have a cookie. I can only have one cookie. I can have one cookie. Totally different in how it feels when we say that, right? On my eating plan, I can eat fats. On my eating plan, I can only eat fats. The word only changes how everything feels. And so I want you to pay attention to how often you use that word in your dialogue, because it's altering your mindset, and your mindset is going to dictate your action. Something else that can influence our feelings of victimization or empowerment is our feelings. Our feelings often dictate our mood. Our mood dictates our mindset dictates our behaviors. And so many times we feel like we don't have control over our emotions, and we absolutely do. We can choose how we feel. And it's not that, hey, this situation pisses me off and I'm going to choose not to be pissed off, but more of, I'm just not going to focus on that situation. I'm going to focus elsewhere, and I'm going to take control of where my feelings are. Because if I'm pissed off, I may eat. If I'm sad, I may eat. And so I need to work on where my emotions are, so that way I can control my behaviors as a result of it. So one of the things I've been doing this week that's really been working well is I created this wheel. Let's see. There we go. All right, so you're not gonna understand what it says in the middle, but I'm gonna kind of give you an idea of what's going on here. Oh, and I have it upside down. Let me flip it. All right, so in the middle is everything that's in my life that impacts my emotions on a day-to-day basis. So my business, my Airbnb, my relationship with David, my relationships with friends. What else do I have on here? Material things, right? Like, so right now my car is in a complete state of disrepair, which stresses me out. So obviously that's impacting my emotions, my mental wellness, my finances. So everything that tends to weigh on my mind on a daily basis, I put into the middle of this wheel. And then what I did is, here is where I'm going to write down how I want to feel about each of those topics. How I want to feel, not how I do feel. So for example, for my business, how do I want to feel? Well, I want to feel successful. So I'm going to write that in my little feelings area. And then physical wellness, how do I want to feel? And this is today. How do I want to feel today? Today, on my physical wellness, I want to feel, I want to feel healthy, because I'm fighting a cold, which is why I didn't put a video out last week. This cold is now a week old. So I want to feel healthy versus tired and sick. Mental wellness, I want to feel peaceful. And finances, I want to feel abundant. All right, so I'm gonna stop there just so I don't bore you. But anyway, so this is what it looks like, right? So here I've got what it is and how I want to feel. Well, now on this outside circle, I'm gonna write what it will take for me to feel those things, right? So for example, in my business, for me to feel successful, what right now is stopping me from feeling successful, and what can I do? What's in my power, right? So I'm trying to create a bigger following. Well, posting this YouTube video is one way for me to feel successful. So post my weekly YouTube video. Maybe another way to feel more successful is do a little bit of research to see what other people in my field are doing to make them successful. So research, competitors, I don't like the word competitors because there's plenty for everybody, but it's the easiest way and fastest way. So those two things are the two things I can focus on today, where it will help me feel successful in my business and make me feel good about my business. From a physical wellness perspective, healthy, right? I've been fighting this cold, so I'm going to take vitamin C 2 times today because I know that it makes me feel better. I'm going to make sure that I've got I made myself a pasta fazool last night, so it's filled with lots of vegetables. So I'm gonna have my leftover pasta fazool for lunch, rather than like leftover Asian food, which isn't gonna necessarily have as much healthiness to it and a lot more sodium to it. I'll feel better, I think, with my homemade soup. And then I think what I'm gonna do today is a gentle yoga. Get some movement in there, but also be kind to my body, right? Like all those things are gonna help me feel healthy. So this is how I use this little wheel. And it allows me to feel in control. It doesn't put me in the position of victim. It puts me in the position of empowerment. I get to say, I want to feel this way. And I know today, if I do these things, I can feel that for that topic. And therefore, I'm no longer a victim of circumstance. I no longer think, oh, woe is me, I deserve the cupcake. Instead, I think, okay, no, I want to feel successful. I want to feel healthy. I want to feel peaceful and everything else on my circle. And then identifying what I can do about it, because I own my own happiness. I own my own success. I'm unwilling to give that away. And so I urge you, create your own circle. What on a daily basis tends to impact your emotions? Because your emotions, as emotional eaters, dictate what you eat. And so if we can get control of how we feel about something by identifying how do we want to feel and what will get us there, that gives us the power back. We can stop being a victim and we could start taking control of our own success.